Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यस्य कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्रीला हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas, welcoming all of you to Bhakti Sangha conference call. I thank all of you for attending this session. Please forgive me for interrupting your ecstatic chanting. I would like to read the 10 offenses to the holy name which are to be avoided, written by Srila Vyasadeva in Padma Purana. 1. To blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their life for propagating the holy name of the Lord. 2. To consider the name of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal or to be independent of the name of Lord Vishnu. Third, to disobey the order of the spiritual master. Four, to blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in pursuance to the Vedic version. 5, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. 6, to give some interpretation to the holy name of the Lord. 7, to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. 8, to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in Vedas as fruitive activity, karma kanda. 9, to instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. 10, to not have a complete faith in chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachment even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to achieve the desired success of Krishna Prema. Once again, I thank everyone for joining today's Bhakti Sangha conference call. Before we move on to the next one, I would like to hand over the call to Shamagauri Mataji. Shamagauri Mataji has an announcement. Mataji, are you ready to give the announcement?
Yes, Mataji. Yeah, Hare Krishna devotees. Please accept my humble obeisances, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Yesterday we were at the hospital and His Grace Shyam Sudhakar Prabhu, who gave class in Bhakti Sangha, like Chaitanya Bhagavat. His wife was sick with cancer and had so many complications in her body. So yesterday, finally, with all chanting of holy name and so many things we did, and myself, Mitravinda Mataji, Lalitangi Mataji, and most of all, the Prabhupada disciple, His Great Jagat Purusha Prabhu and his wife Chinmayi Mataji. We all were there and chanting of the holy name. She left to Goloka. Her name is Sharda Mataji.
Hare Krishna. We can chant, everybody can chant for Sharada Mataji. Everybody please unmute and we can chant 3 times. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji, for sharing the information with us. We all pray for the soul to reach Goloka. Thank you, Mataji. Prabhuji and Mataji are very sweet persons that I heard from Charlie devotees. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, we will move on to the greeting. May I know who all joined this morning?
Hare Krishna.
Mom and daughter together, okay.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Hare Krishna. Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashamati Priya Devi Dasi from Chicago.
Hare Krishna, Yashamati Mataji, Danat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining and giving your association. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharika Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, and all the glories to the assembled devotees. This is Manjri Leela Devidasi from Naperville. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Manjari Leela Mataji, Danvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining every day and giving your association with the beautiful chanting. Welcome to the call. Is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves? Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Janardhana. I have a best sister, all assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Anand Shah from West Bengal.
Hare Krishna and congratulations for your marks that you have got. I'm so happy for you. Welcome to the call. Hari Bol.
Thank you much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mohini Lakshmi Mataji, Danvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your association. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna, Brindan. Hare Krishna, Benita Kandarvika Mataji, Danvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. My Danvat Pranam to all the assembled devotees. This is Sushmita from Canada.
Hare Krishna, Sushmita Mataji, Dandat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining every day, and all glories to your wonderful services. Welcome to the call. Is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves? Please go ahead. Okay, I can. Okay. Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha conference call. Today we are very fortunate to have His Holiness Bhakti Anugraha Janardhana Swami Maharaj to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th Canto, 7th Chapter, 26 verse. Before we hand over the call to Maharaj, I request Balabhadra Kripa Prabhu to take over from here and give a brief introduction. Hare Krishna. Over to you, Balabhadra Kripa Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Danu Pranam to you and all the assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Shri Guru and Gauranga. There is a brief introduction for Maharaj. His Holiness Bhakti Anugraha Janardhana Swami Maharaj was born in Philippines. Maharaj is a senior disciple of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. He joined ISKCON in 1984 in Toronto, Canada. When Maharaj was 14 years old, he started to get curious about spirituality, and that's when he came in touch with Srila Prabhupada books. When Maharaj got more and more interest in Prabhupada books, he insisted his mother to get him a Bhagavad Gita. But however, he was not able to receive Gita that time by mail due to some reasons. But when he moved to Canada in 1980, he could successfully get his first Bhagavad Gita by mail from LA. When Maharaj was in Toronto in 1984, he visited a temple and never left ISKCON temple after that. He started to live in temple on rent rather than staying outside. And that's how Maharaj got involved in temple services. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj has recommended making Maharaj a member of the Vrindavan Executive Board. And so Maharaj has been serving as Vice President in Vrindavan, India, for more than 12 years. Maharaj is an excellent Kirtaniya. He travels with His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj all over the world to preach Krishna consciousness, and especially he has been preaching in Delhi, Vrindavan and Philippines. Hari Bol. Thank you, Mataji. Over to you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Very nice introduction, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for that. I think please join. If anybody would like to introduce themselves, they can introduce. Otherwise, we can continue our chanting until Maharaj joins the call. Okay. Let's continue our chanting. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare
Maharaj is
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare.
Hare Krishna. Maharaj joined. He needs to connect to the audio. Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to you, Maharaj. Thank you so much for joining this morning and enlightening us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam. I now hand over the call to you, Maharaj. Hare Krishna. Very nice to see you again. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. Yes, do I have to chant the Jai Radha Madhava or just
Yes,
go
Maharaj.
straight?
Yes, Maharaj. You
Which
can
one?
chant Jai Radha Madhav.
Oh, okay. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Balava Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Balava Girivaradhari Yasodhanandana Braja Janaranjana Yasodhanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tiravana Chari Yamuna Tiravana Chari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Bhalava Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Balava Girivaradhari Yasodhanandana Braja Janaranjana Yasodhanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tiravana Chari Yamuna Tiravana Chari Jai Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Sri Radhe Jai Radha Gopinata Radha Gopinata Sri Radhe Jaya Radha Shama Sundar Radha Shama Sundar Sri Radhe Jaya Lalita Visaka Lalita Visaka Lalita Visaka Jaya Lalita Visaka Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Nitai Gaura Haribol 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 Nitai Gaur Haribol Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishna Bhutale Shrimati Gopal Krishna Krishna Prabhupada Sahityam Nipakasha Vidyaja Vachanam Vimanshna Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschachadeshatarine Om Ajnana-timirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaya Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Se Juta Padakamalang Shri Gurung Vaisnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatan Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajiva Sadvaitam Sadvadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakamritam Scha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So reading from the Srimad Bhagavatam. And this is chapter 7, 7th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, text 26. Is that correct?
Yes,
Haribol?
Maharaj. Yes, Maharaj. Yes,
Okay.
Maharaj.
Okay. I just want to be sure. Sometimes I not able to get, it's like this happens to me at least twice in Vrindavan. I've read the text that I thought it is the text for the day, but it's a different text. So good. The Sanskrit here. Ebistri varnai par yashtair Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, now we
internet.
can hear you, Maharaj.
Yeah, now
Yeah,
you're back.
the internet got disconnected. Supposed to be the best fiber, but there is some interruptions once in a while. Okay, so I'll repeat again. Evestri varnair parsyaitar buddhi bedhai kriyod babai swarupang atmano buddhyet ganda. Okay. Word for meaning, ebhi, by this, three varnai, composed of the three modes of nature. Pashatai, just a second. Hare Krishna. Okay. Pasyaytair. Completely rejected due to not touching the living force. Buddhi of intelligence. Bedhai, the differentiations. Kriya udvavhai, produced from different activities. Swarupam, the constitutional position. Atmana, of the self. Buddhi, one should understand. Gandhai, by the aromas. Vayum, the air. Iva, exactly like. Anvayat, from close connection. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. As one can understand the presence of the air by the aromas it carries, so under the guidance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one can understand the living soul by these three divisions of intelligence. These three divisions, however, are not the soul. They are constituted of the three modes and are born of activities. Srila Prabhupada's purport. As already explained, there are three states to our existence, namely wakefulness, dreaming, and deep sleep. In all three states, we have different experiences. Thus, the soul is the observer of these three states. Actually, the activities of the body are not the activities of the soul. The soul is different from the body. Just as aromas are distinct from the material vehicle in which they are carried, the soul is unattached to material activities. This analysis can be considered by a person who is fully under the shelter of the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. This is confirmed by the Vedic injunction, Yashmin Vijñate Sarvang Evang Vijñatang Bhavati. Mundaka Upanishad, Canto 1, Chapter 3. Or, yes, Chapter 1, text number 3. If one can understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one can automatically understand everything else. Because of not taking shelter of the Lord's lotus feet, even great scholars, scientists, philosophers, and religionists are always bewildered. This is confirmed in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Yenyi ravindaksha bimuktamaninas jai astababad abhishuddha buddhaya. Even though one may artificially think himself liberated from material contamination, if he has not taken shelter of the Lord's lotus feet, his intelligence is polluted. As is stated in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, text 42. Indriyani parani ahur, indriyabhyai parang mana, manasastu para buddhir, yo buddhe paratastusha. Above the senses is the mind. Above the mind is intelligence. And above the intelligence is the soul. Ultimately, when one's intelligence becomes clear through devotional service, one is situated in Buddhi Yoga. This also is explained in the Bhagavad Gita. The Dami Buddhi Yogam Tam Yenamam Upayantite. When devotional service develops and one's intelligence becomes clear, one can use his intelligence to return home back to Godhead. Hare Krishna. So let's see. Srila Prabhupada's purport is very, very clear. That the jivas, they are the possessor of these three states of intelligence. the intelligence is higher than the mind. Then higher than the senses is the mind. So according to our activities, if we have proper intelligence, the proper means to know what to do and what not to do, based from, as we've heard, from Guru, Sadhu, and Sastra, then he's not going to be affected by the modes of material nature. So these three states of the intelligence is based from the three modes of material nature. Everything in the material world is governed by this energy of the Lord. This Prakriti has three aspects: goodness, passion, and ignorance. Transcendental means beyond. It is pure goodness. So we've heard these three states of the intelligence, which gives rise to action. Just as one should understand the nature of air, which holds fragrances, by seeing that fragrances are different from it. The one who understands the nature of the pure Atma, so he rejects all of this. He's not affected. Not just reject, but he is not affected by the modes of material nature. The analogy was given by Srila Prabhupada. It's like rain cloud. Rain cloud drops onto the ground and it becomes muddied. So the rain cloud is pure. But then when it comes in contact with the earth, then there seems to be like a mixture of the rain cloud and the particles of, let's say, sand. But there are two identities. They still, it looks like the water becomes covered by the earth. But it is not so, because there is certain process where you can separate both of them. So the original is always there. The original state of the rainwater, which is pure, remains, and is always like that. So similarly, the soul, when we come in contact with the material energy, then we become covered up by this predominating energy in the material world, which is the three modes of material nature. We act according to the qualities that we have acquired from the past, guna karma, and we perform our activities based on which quality we are into. So everything is like divided in the material world in these three categories. But then Prabhupada says it's like a rope, the three strands of rope, and then intertwined together. So it becomes very difficult to overcome. And there are many variations. There are many variations of the three modes, as Prabhupada says. Three times three, then becomes 9. 9 times 9 equals 81. Then 81 times 81, 600 plus. So it increases more and more and more. Then it becomes more and more difficult to penetrate. Daivihi shagunamayi mamamaya duratyaya. This divine energy of mine is practically insurmountable, very difficult to overcome. But it is possible by the process of Bhakti Yoga. So one has to purify the mind, intelligence, and ego. And the senses, of course. All these different elements, material elements that we are engaged in. The soul is inside this body. The body is like some kind of costume or a dress, Prabhupada says, or a shirt. It's custom made, it's tailor made according to the soul's previous activities and desires. So this is how we acquire. Let me see again. This is how we acquired this body. Like I was born in the Philippines. Some of you were born in America. Some of you were born in India, and different parts of the world. Philippines is like a small country and America is big. But it's the same. We have the same material form, body. This is like made of earth, water, fire, air, ether. This bumir, apo, nalu, bayur, kam, mano, budir, evacha. Earth, water, fire, air, ether. Ether is a finer element than air. And then the mind. The mind is now subtle. And then there's the intelligence, more subtle. And then there's the ego, which is the symptom of the soul, higher than the ego. We heard Prabhupada says that higher than the ego is the soul, our real identity. So coming in contact with the material energy again, we have forgotten our original identity. Our identity, which is Sanatan Dharma, Prabhupada says. Sanatan Dharma. Sanatan Dharma means our eternal occupation, our eternal religion, which is to serve Lord Krishna. And this is our nature. That cannot be changed, and it is always going to be there. But somehow, again, having come in contact with the material energy, these modes of goodness, passion, and ignorance, our desires accordingly, this makes us a prediction of what we're going to be next life. Whatever we're doing every day, actually we're molding our future. It's like the future is now. So the more we understand that, I have to serve Lord Krishna, and everything that I do, all my desires should be dovetail to Krishna consciousness. Even though I'm living, let's say, with my family members, I have friends, loved ones, relatives, I have to act in such a way that I should not be affected, because I don't want to take birth again. And when we live this body, the same subtle elements will be carried along by the soul. Mind, intelligence, and ego, they all go together wherever the soul will go next life. So we have to purify our existence, and intelligence must be sharp. Just like Arjuna was instructed by Lord Krishna, armed with the sword of knowledge, cut this attachment, this material attachment. And therefore, intelligence, there's what you call purified intelligence. Now, intelligence in the material platform can be under the modes of ignorance, passion, and goodness. And also, accordingly, these states of material existence here, Prabhupada mentioned the deep sleep, the sleep, and then the wakefulness. The wakefulness. A deep sleep is like in the mode of ignorance. You don't know exactly where you are while you're sleeping. You're like in oblivion. so to speak. You're lost. But then there is also sleep. In sleep, you dream. In deep sleep, you don't you don't know. You don't know what's going on. In deep sleep. That's it. You're like, you're out of it. You're like black out. There's what I called REM also. I was just looking at that because the Apple Watch, they have this, they can track your sleeping condition. And there is also wakefulness. Wakefulness is like right now, we're awake. But am I really awake? I'm awake if I am Krishna conscious. If I can be like awake or my eyes is open, but if I don't see Krishna in all situations, and then that wakefulness is not really wakefulness. Real being awake now is one who is in Krishna consciousness, because he dovetail again all of his activities, his thoughts, his planning, his making arrangements. If we're going to make arrangements, materially, we're all going to be frustrated. No guarantee that it'll be successful. Even the most successful materialist is frustrated. So it's not really that, no, that being like materially affluent will really give you satisfaction. But a person who is awake in Krishna consciousness, then all of his activities is engaged in Krishna's service. Purified intelligence. We need to have purified our intelligence. Just like Prabhupada was asked, oh yeah, they are criticizing us. Disciple told him, they said that we are being brainwashed. we are being brainwashed. Yes, Prabhupada says, yes, our brain needs to be washed because it's so filthy, it's so dirty. In the highest platform in Krishna consciousness, the living entity is very intelligent. It's very intelligent. The decision that he makes is according to the dictations of the Paramatma. He knows what to do because he based it from the Paramatma. He based it also. Paramatma, and different than Lord Krishna, is the localized aspect. He's present everywhere. He's present within one's heart. So that means Krishna is in our heart right now, but we don't realize that due to, again, contaminated state. We have to purify all of these material elements. So, and therefore, then the soul and the body, then the body becomes spiritualized. The body becomes spiritualized. As Prabhupada gave that example, right? We heard that many times, an iron bar, you put into the fire, and therefore, yes, it will act like a fire. Anything that the iron bar touches will also get burnt. So one has to utilize his intelligence, Prabhupada says, over the mind and the senses, because intelligence is higher. When the mind and senses are purified by the proper use of intelligence, then the conditioned soul is liberated. Otherwise, if the intelligence is not properly utilized in controlling the senses and mind, the conditioned soul continues to transmigrate from one kind of body to another, simply for sense gratification. So we miss the target, we miss the goal It's just the first aphorism for the in the Vedanta Sutra. What is it? Atato Brahma Jignasa. Atato Brahma Jignasa. That means now that I have come to this human form of life, now is time to inquire about the absolute. And I am a living entity. He understands that now. That even though he's in this material form, the first duty is to inquire about the absolute. And this can only be done, especially when we start to, at least Prabhupada says, come to the mode of goodness. It's like in the Bhagavad Gita, there is a chapter, the three modes of material nature. So we have to know how to discriminate. We have to know how to distinguish and check ourselves whether, am I in the mode of goodness or mode of ignorance? Am I doing it accordingly to the instructions from Sri Hari, Guru, and the Vaishnavas, or from the Sastras? Because the Sastras, they are guiding light. It's a guiding light for us, like a beacon. Even though one who's in the mode of ignorance, he can elevate himself into the mode of passion, and then after the mode of passion, he can go to the mode of goodness. When it comes to worshiping demigods, in a sense, is better than not worshiping. It comes first from acting our duties, acting according to our duties, according to karma. To say that he is a karmi, it's not the same as like he is a materialist. A karmi means also he follows karma kanda. And then the mode of goodness, at least those who are in the mode of goodness, they are like brahmanas, intellectuals, gyan. They are the academicians, teachers. So according to our activities, again, one can be a kshatriya, administrator, policeman. Accordingly, we are put into these different situations, conditioned life. This is the conditioned. But when we act onto the process whereby we only just want to please Krishna, then there is no more karma, no more repeated birth and death. This is only for those who are acting under the three modes of material nature. So intelligence must be purified. And the ego is to think that I am servant of Krishna. I'm not the master of anything. I may be master, but I'm also a servant. You must have heard of servant leader. Yes? You've heard of servant leader, right? So he's not really like him completely master. He's like Hiranyakashipu. He considered himself. He usurped the throne of King Indra. But then his intelligence is not there. He's using everything for his sense enjoyment. And therefore, he got the wrath. He received the wrath of Lord Nrsimhadev. Lord Nrsimhadev, yes. So, it's not so easy to get out of this material world, but it is possible. It is possible if we follow. And the first quality that we need to develop is humility. No one can understand this. To understand is to realize that I'm not this body, I'm spirit soul. Krishna is the Supreme Lord, I am his servant, and therefore I have to serve him. The material intelligence will become purified by understanding this. So we just have to but it becomes natural. For the materialist, it's very, very difficult. Very, very difficult. In the Bhagavad Gita, when devotional service develops and one's intelligence becomes clear, one can use his intelligence to return home back to Godhead. So, yes, devotional service is the answer. And as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, yes, the number one, the most important is the hearing, and then it follows by chanting. Because as Prabhupada said also, my Guru Maharaj noticed me when he was introduced to be initiated in Allahabad. And Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, yes, I noted him. He likes to listen. He's eager to listen. So, and as for Prabhupada says, I'm good in chanting because I'm good in Sravanam, hearing. Most essential is hearing. And then chanting, of course, necessary. When you hear, you also like to repeat. And the process is hearing and chanting. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, the formula so that we'll be able to chant constantly is to be what? Be humbler than a blade of grass. Trinadapi sunichena taroriva sahisnuna. Be more tolerant than a tree. Be ready to offer respect to others and not expecting any respect for oneself. I was giving a class the other day to the Gurukul kids here in Vrindavan. It was Sundays. That's the time when they can be together and hear Bhagavatam. It's like a free day for them. So I was telling them that the number one quality of a student, there are many, is obedience. When you cannot be obedient if you're not humble. It's like the root cause of being an obedient son or an obedient student, pupil, is that he must be humble. He cannot be puffed up like a chapati. No, you have to understand that, yes, I am very tiny and very small. A person who is in a mode of passion and ignorance is very proud. Very proud. He's very envious. Yeah. So, yes, this is the formula. And I told them, which I just said at that time, always be respectful and your life will become successful. Always be respectful and your life will become successful. So this is like Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's, and the kids liked it a lot, because now I hope they somehow, some of the points that I gave to them, they'll be able to also adopt as a student. And spiritual life, the same thing. What's that verse? Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya upadakshinti jnanam jnaninam tasva. It is one should inquire about the absolute. This is quality of a disciple. One should inquire submissively and also serve the spiritual master, or those who are more advanced than us. Then they can give their blessings We get mercy from the Lord through the blessings from the advanced devotees, and then we'll be able to understand this subject matter. It's just without the mercy of Guru, we'll not be able to utilize our intelligence properly. And this is how the Bhagavad Gita also is mentioning. Okay, so when one's mind, intelligence, and senses are purified of material contamination, one can understand the original feature of the absolute truth as a person. As a person. It's like we are a person, living entities, unique individuals. So Krishna is also a person, but he's not like us. He is the supreme person. We are a person, different personalities. But Krishna is the supreme person. And we'll be able to someday, hopefully in the near future, really purified our hearts, our intelligence, mind, and attain the absolute truth. Okay, I'll stop here now. Do you have any questions or comments? Haribo.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Dhanwad Pranam.
Dhanavad.
Very short and sweet class, Maharaj. I loved your point when you said, that Apple Watch is watching us all the time. So how can, how cannot actually, the demigods appointed by Krishna can watch us all the time, If these materials can watch us, certainly demigods are watching us all the time, and we should be looking for our actions. Very beautiful, Maharaj.
Krishna is watching. Ultimate seer.
Ultimate seer, yes.
Ultimate seer, S-E-E-R.
Yes, Maharaj. Sitting in our heart all the time.
Yes.
And I loved, Thato Brahma Jigyasa should be always there, Maharaj. Thanks to Srila Prabhupada, this ISKCON movement is producing so many beautiful devotees like you, Maharaj, which are guiding us. So we are very happy to be in association, Maharaj. Maharaj, with your permission, I will go to the Jyoti Mataji.
Any questions or comments?
Yes, Maharaj. Jyoti Mataji is there. Mataji, Jyoti say, yeah, Jyoti.
From?
Haridwar, Maharaj. Haridwar.
Okay. When you
Haridwar,
introduce,
Ganga.
you have to let them know where are they from. Maybe they're from Alaska or something.
Haribol Mataji, please introduce yourself.
Hare Krishna, Dhanwad Pranam Prabhuji. Hare Krishna,
Haribol, Haribol. Hare Krishna.
I'm from Maharashtra, a district called Sholapur.
Huh?
I'm from Maharashtra, a district called Sholapur.
Okay, Sholapur.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have a question for you. You said that we will, if a devotee has blessings of the senior devotees, then it is easy for that devotee to serve the spiritual master. So I want to know how we will understand that we are blessed by our seniors, or how we should do our service in a way that the seniors will bless us.
Good question. Good question. See, many ask for blessings for material things. Very few are asking blessings for spiritual things, spiritual result. Usually a materialist will approach a sadhu, touch his feet, and they'll ask for akshavad, blessings. But the blessings of the sadhu is not for material results. The blessings of the sadhus is always pertaining to how one should be Krishna conscious. It's like when they ask for my autograph, sometimes these kids, they will ask me, And then I will say, yes, what do you do with this? Oh, I just collect them. Or yeah, here in India especially, this happens. I would tell well, I will write Krishna Mater Astu. Krishna Mater Astu means may you be Krishna conscious. So for the materialists, when they ask for blessings so that they'll have a successful business, or their children will get married in a very nice wife or very nice husband, the daughter or the son. So they're asking. That's why Gorkishore Das Babaji Maharaj, he was like Acharya. Even Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he asked initiation from him. Oh, isn't it? And Gorkishore Das Babaji Maharaj, he would chant near the latrine. So no one will follow him just to bother him for blessings, material blessings. So when we get receiving a mercy, if someone asks,
Hare Krishna, Maharaj. Dear devotees, Maharaj should be
Maharaj's
connected.
connection is poor.
Yeah.
Yeah, network problem.
Maharaj said fiber was not working like fiber. So Maharaj should be back soon. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Somebody was saying something, dear devotees? Jyoti Mataji, I thought you were from Haridwar. You're from Sholapur.
Yes, Prabhuji, I'm from Sholapur.
Sorry, Mataji, I must be confusing you with somebody else.
It doesn't matter. I'm from material world.
I think you were thinking about Puja Mataji, Prabhu. Yes, from Haridwar.
Oh, Puja Mata is from Haridwar. Okay.
She
Haridwar.
She hasn't been joining for quite some time, Puja Mataji.
Yeah. Hope
You must
everything's
be in
okay.
Ganga, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Maharaj. Maharaj, you are on mute.
Yeah.
Over to you, Maharaj. Maharaj, you are muted. I think somebody must have.
I just turn it on.
Yeah, no, it's
okay. Ultimately, we ask blessings because we want to make advancement in Krishna consciousness, right? So how do you know if you're been blessed or you receive blessings? That means you keep going with what you are doing. Like right now, you're already blessed because you are associating with this group and you're chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So this is blessings that you keep going what you're doing in spiritual life and also hankering for improvement, for advancement. So the more you hanker for advancement, Krishna will give you more and more. Did I tell you this also? If Krishna, if you want to forget Krishna, Krishna will make all the arrangements for you to forget him. But if you want to remember him all the time, then Krishna will also make arrangements for you to remember him all the time. So that is blessings. So right now it is also blessings, even just having this Sangha, this meeting, it is a blessing. It's not mundane what we're talking here. That helps us to remember Krishna. Okay. Who else?
Thank you, Maharaj. Mitra Vinda Mataji. Oh, sorry. Maharaj, Jyoti Mataji has one more follow-up question.
What?
When we do sadhana, there is an inward journey, and when we do externally see the material world, we see that we try to understand that we should engage the material things in the service of Krishna or Vaishnava. So what brings to this consciousness, the inward sadhana that we are doing will bring that consciousness or that intelligence to use that material objects in the service? How does it work, or what, when this conclusion comes?
This sadhana is till the end of your life. This is not only in the beginning. It is also in the middle, and it's also till the end of our life. Getting up for Mangal Artik. Actually, this puts you in a transcendental platform. It's not a mundane activity. You get up early in the morning, you worship the Lord in his Archa Vigraha, the form of the Lord, the deities. You chant Hare Krishna, you worship Tulsi Devi, you worship the spiritual master, you chant early in the morning. These are not material activities. This purifies us. It cleanses our heart of all the misgivings. And yeah, just by following this, we can go back home, back to Godhead. I've read the other day, if one chants the Guru Vastakam early in the morning every day, you'll go back home, back to Godhead at the end of this life. So, it's non-stop, isn't it? Bhakti is non-stop. It's like honey. If you pour the honey, it is continuous. There is no gap. There is no, no, there is no partition. It's continuous. So bhakti is like that. The sadhana up to your highest level of Krishna consciousness, you will still do this sadhana because this is spiritual activities. Okay.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Well,
that's beautiful. Bhakti is to the end of the life. Mitra Vinda Mataji, Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Jai Srila Prabhupada, Dandavat Pranams, Maharaj. It's always inspiring to hear you, and it also warms my heart nicely in preparation for my day at work. I'm going to try to do this as effectively as I can as I am in transit. The modes of material nature, the aspects of passion, ignorance. Would you speak? My first part is, would you please speak on? You spoke of them in terms of ascension.
Yeah.
So in Kali Yuga, there's so many things that are distracting, and I personally have so many imperfections. But in the way that I feel will help us all, would you reflect on how perhaps sometimes those modes can seem to run backwards? They can descend and confuse devotees. One can be in the mode of passion one day, one can be in the mode of goodness one day. The goal is to ascend and go upwards, but so many things pull us back onto the shore, pull us back into aspects of material consciousness, and it's always a struggle. Would you please reflect on the fact that exists, for one, and two, that how we can be inspired to not feel bad about that, but to, as you said before, to always strive.
Why I feel bad? Because You became under the modes of nature?
More so that, we can be this one today, that one tomorrow, or we can be in more than one.
They let you down, to let you down, those recurring up and down, or like a roller coaster, so you'll not feel bad. You're getting affected by it. Yes.
Yeah. So what I'm getting at, Maharaj, is the a lot of times devotees we're told not to be critical, but we can be very critical of ourselves, and in doing so, from my perspectives of study and realization, that can actually hinder our ascension and the progress of moving forward in devotional service and being inspired to continue on the road. I just wanted you to reflect on that.
It's natural in the conditioned state to go up and down. It's only when one becomes fully Krishna conscious, then there's no more lamentation, there's no more hankering for what you don't have, and lamentation for what you lost. This modes of material nature is like that. It is put us into illusion. Maya puts us into Maya. But a person who's in Krishna consciousness is not in Maya. He's in a different Maya. He's in Yoga Maya. It's Mahamaya and Yoga Maya. So, yes, this modes of material nature affects us. Sometimes we're moody. Sometimes we're elated. Sometimes we're in despair. Sometimes we're joyful. Because of the modes of material nature. But a devotee of the Lord, he is not affected by these ups and downs of the modes of material nature. That's why Prabhupada says, at least go to the mode of goodness. Again, we have to use our finer intelligence to make proper decision. This decision factor affects those who wish to enjoy the material energy. But if the decision that they made is to be Krishna conscious, be with the devotees, to chant Hare Krishna, serve and serve and serve and serve, then there's no more ups and downs here. So it is good also that if this is bothering you, that means there's a room for improvement. Why am I like this? That means I don't want to get anything to do with this now. I want to like push this away from my direction where I'm going. And actually, a person, he doesn't get, a Krishna conscious person, he doesn't get affected by all of this. He may be affected, but very small. It's like, when my mother passed away last January, I can still remember part of that scene where I was with her. And that's like last few seconds, I tried to revive her as much as I can. But there's nothing I can do. I just have to chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. I wish I can chant that, intense japa or intense chanting at all times. Because that chanting is like a call of myself, the soul, towards her. That's not, I mean, death means that's the last goodbye. And this will happen to us also someday. So many devotees also get affected by some of the things that unexpected that happens to them, or happen to them, or happening right now. But they don't lose faith on Krishna. So that is their qualification to go back home, back to Godhead. That, you just keep going. What's that say? When the top gets going, the going gets tough. Is that when the going? Yeah, is that right? Like that?
That is correct, Maharaj. Yeah, very correct. I want to thank you for your vulnerability in sharing your emotions, your ability to attach and connect to Krishna consciousness at such a time as your mother's leaving her body, because in that way of you being vulnerable, you've actually allowed us to see into a window that can help us when we go to that state of
Yeah.
being
We
affected
all,
this way.
Prabhupada says, don't think this will never happen to you.
Mm-hmm.
In the last few hours of him being with us. So, and I get affected, but not as much. I know some devotees, something happened to them, they'll stop chanting. They stop going to the mandir. They'll stop associating with the devotees. They'll like, become more in a solitary confinement. And that will make you more in the mode of ignorance. That is like painful to see a devotee like that. And sometimes I will meet them, I will visit them, and by Srila Prabhupada's mercy, they start to come back again. I hope this will not happen to many of you, but this is the fact. Our only shelter is the holy name. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Maharaj. I have one small question, and it's relatable to we are instructed not to be critical. However, in educating children, and regarding the aspect of common sense, the word surrender and submissiveness and follow instructions. My understanding and reflection is that it is very important to understand critical thinking and to have common sense, because a lot of times many people, whether they're adults, and it can be dangerous regarding children in education to use the vernacular without them understanding what it means, because to do what is right as an instruction or to be educated that way will allow a person to understand what should be done and what should not be done. So if a person is not in alignment with Bhakti fully as an educator, a parent, or just someone in the temple serving, we must know what should be done and what shouldn't be done for our own protection. So if someone uses the word submissiveness, instructions, you must follow, you must. If the student already knows or is educated in critical thinking and understands or is evolved to common sense, then damage cannot be absorbed in a negative way. And in that way, we protect children, we protect families, we protect community. So would you please relate to critical thinking, not being critical, but thinking critically about what should be done, and the aspect of common sense as an attribute in our educational understanding of Bhakti?
Our greatest advantage to the way how we react is that we base our decision. We should be basing our decision from Srila Prabhupada's books. That means all of the books that he translated, the sages. Again, we don't have to invent anything. So, but still, we have to have this free way of thinking, whereby we will base from them. And the materialists, they're under the modes of material nature. What can you do? Anyone who's having uncontrolled senses, the mind is disturbed, then intelligence is like very, very poor and is full of mud. So how can they make proper judgment at the right moment, at the right time? It's very difficult, isn't it? So there should be some teachings of Bhagavad Gita's to the to the teachers also, to the academicians. The Bhagavad Gita is a universal book. So if you give them a Bhagavad Gita, if they're open to read such literature, which is like, it encompasses almost everything that we need to know. And also it transgress any culture, religion, creed, nationality. Then again, it's very difficult to make a rational decision if you're under the modes of material nature. Only devotees that they, or if they commit mistakes, again, I should not be repeated by doing so. We still have this, one of the defects, tendency to commit mistakes, tendency to be illusion, tendency to cheat, and our senses are imperfect. So how can you make the proper decision? You have to go beyond, again, the bodily platform, beyond the modes of goodness. Okay? All right.
Thank you so much, Maharaj. Hare Krishna, everyone. Hare Krishna, Maharaj.
Haribol.
Dandavad.
Hare Krishna, Mitravanda Mataji. Thank you so much for your
Is she a
association.
teacher or something? Is she a teacher? Anyway.
Maharaj, I work in Philadelphia for the largest educational entity in the Pennsylvania area. And I want to say I'm so grateful to you for your inspiration and for Srila Prabhupada's mercy and my Guru Maharaj's guidance, and the aspects of connecting with people and sharing Krishna conscious books to schools, educators, and politicians is so essential right now. Thank you for your words. Hare Krishna.
Haribol. Okay. Aditi. Where is Aditi?
Yes. Hare Krishna, Maharaj. Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble.
Hare Krishna.
Ki Jai, Guru Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you so much, Maharaj, for the enlightening class today. Thank you for all the inspiration. You've been always an inspiration for all of us. And thank you so much for this. Thank you so much for the Sangha. Sadhu Sangha is the most important thing in our sadhana. So we try always to be in the Sangha of exalted devotees. We are so blessed today to have you. I do not have question, but I have a very important question for you, Maharaj. I need to know about Guru Maharaj's health, what's going on with. Yesterday, yes, we were very shocked to hear that he had a fall in the washroom. And I believe he fractured his ribs, so very concerned.
He's still there in Dehradun.
Dehradun, okay.
And I think he's still under observation. The doctors still wanted to do some X-ray of the chest, the lungs. But he's not in critical condition. He's okay. He's but we should continue our prayers.
Yes.
As he said, this is the best medicine.
Yes.
Our chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra.
Absolutely.
Prabhupada also was ill, and the whole movement, they're all chanting Hare Krishna for his health.
We're trying that in Edmonton. I'm in Edmonton, by the way.
Sure.
Yeah, so we're trying to organize today on Zoom also prayers for Guru Maharaj. And Guru don't want to listen to anyone. He's so...
In 2 days' time, he may be moving along. But
Okay.
then he will need a lot of rest.
He does. He does. Yeah. Yeah. We are very, very concerned. So, but we are so deeply even touched by your association today.
Now he's doing, I'm sure he's doing better. There is a GKG health care group.
Yeah, it's from the congregation group ISKCON India. So that's how I came to know about it yesterday. But now that I'm hearing from you, he's doing better. We are so much relieved. Yes, Maharaj. Thank you. When are you coming to Edmonton, Maharaj?
I don't know.
Please come. We need to do an association in person, Maharaj.
Yeah.
It's
Sure.
been quite a while.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you, Riti Mataji. Yes, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, everybody is worried about his health, but we all should pray. That's what Maharaj has said in his message. Maharaj, if you have time, one last question, Maharaj. 2 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. Maharaj, in chat box, Heer Jadeja Mataji is asking, how we can learn the art of glorifying Krishna and Shri Guru Maharaj?
Okay, we can learn that art when we are eager to hear. Again, with the eagerness to hear must be there for an aspiring devotee. We will hear in the beginning, and then after everything else, we still continue to hear. It's like, the Goswamis, they're already like self-realized souls. Actually, they're eternal associates of the Supreme Lord. And again, they will have regular meeting and share Krishna consciousness. So my advice to you also is that you seek the devotees who are always absorbed, those who are always like enthusiastic in Krishna consciousness. It's like Prabhupada says, if there's an epidemic, you also get infected. So similarly, when you are surrounded by like-minded devotees or who are more advanced than you, preferably, then you'll be able to imbibe their qualities of being Krishna conscious. So that's the easiest way to do it, and the only way, sadhu sangha again. But then there are times when we're alone, and then we have to also look deeper inside where I'm at, because we can tell also. Well, we're good in denying. we're good in not accepting the way we are. But we have to accept who we are first, and where I'm at. And if we cannot figure that out, then we need a friend to tell us, because he can see a bigger picture of us more than we do. Especially if you have a good friend, best friend. In the material world, they have this what you call BFF. It's like best friend forever. So in Krishna consciousness, we need to look for that person whom we can confide, we can reveal our mind, and be ready to accept also any advice or instruction coming from them. Okay?
Very beautiful, Maharaj.
Thank you so much, Maharaj, for answering my question. Maharaj,
Good job. Okay. Where are you from?
Maharaj, I'm from India.
Which part? ISKCON Juhu?
Yes, Maharaj.
Okay.
Maharaj, please bless me that may I follow your instructions and Guru Maharaj's instructions.
Good. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. Okay.
Okay, Maharaj. Thank you so much,
Okay,
Maharaj.
Baba. I have
may we
another
all...
class.
Oh,
I have
yes,
three
yes.
three classes today.
Oh, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. So, dear devotees, let us pay our humble obeisances to all the assembled Vaishnavas and Maharaj. Vancha
Thank you all.
Vanchakल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां
पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
की जय।
जगद्गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की
भागवतम की जय।